All right, so no, first. We'll leave this in here. This is the little forest area next to the Fernwood. So yeah, it happened. Yeah, somebody was helping me pay for these rooms that I've been in, and of course, that good things never last, and that had to end sometime. And today was the day it ended. So I've got no choice at this point but to go back to Tent City, or not. I don't know. I mean, to walk around this heat, same thing. But it's hot in Tent City, so what do I do in my tent? So there's nothing else I can do though. Yeah, and it is what I had said. I posted something, and it is what it is, right? It's like heaven is a temporary thing, right? And hell is a permanent thing, right? So, I was in hell. I consider where I am in Tent City in hell. And while even though this place has roaches here and there, and it's not the cleanest place in the world, and it's definitely not a 4-star hotel, or even 3-star. I think it's like a 2-star hotel. It still has air conditioning and in the heat, and it's got a refrigerator and a bed and lights that I'm gonna have to put batteries in, and so you get the sense of like peace, from being able to be away from a hot tent in the middle of a garbage dump behind a supermarket, right? But as we all know, good things never last, and no matter what, if you live, depending on whether you live in a heaven or a hell, you see the difference, right? A heaven or a hell, right? This is heaven, and it's temporary, and that's hell, and that's a permanent thing. Now, you might be permanently in hell right now, meaning that you're a poor class, you're poor and you can't afford, and you're living homelessly, and so that's your permanent hell right now. Maybe somebody gets a hotel room or somewhere to live, and you get some electricity and get some money to pay for that shit with, and that's a temporary heaven. But no matter what, it's temporary. In this society, that's why I call this society hell. Bob Marley said this too. It's a hell on earth. You're not living in heaven, you're living in hell. Because in this society, in this civilization, heaven is a temporary thing. If you can get to that point, it's fine, right? If you can get to that point, it's fine. But the thing of it is, getting to that point is hell. Once you're at that point, staying in that heaven is living hell, because you have to find the money and make the money, earn the money, pay. Where is it? Learn a living, pay for a living. Earn a living, beg for a living, borrow for a living, steal for a living. But in any case, you have to make the living, which is hell. So everything about this society is hell. Now, if you're watching this and you happen to be well off and you have money in the bank and you got a house or apartment or whatever it is, and you got money to pay for all of the shit that comes with the apartment, that's your temporary heaven. But it's still temporary, because at one point all that stuff can be ripped away from you, and then you'll end up in hell. So it's almost like you're in hell in this civilization, and then you have to work really hard to get to heaven, and you have to work really hard to stay in heaven. And the downside of it, and if you don't work hard and you don't do those things that keep you in heaven, you're back down in hell. So, there's nothing else. There's nothing else, we can do about this. I got my still, what's this, cart with filled up to the max with everything I can fill. Now it's I'm just sitting here behind here. Actually, there's some cool breeze over here. But yeah, this is hell. It in no way, shape, or form reflects a heaven, or your concept of a heaven. Right? In no way, shape, or form reflects what's in other dimensions waiting for you. In no way does it reflect what happens at your death. It's just a hell that we've created for ourselves. All this, none of this has to happen. We could all be living. We could all be taken care of. We could all be living in heaven on earth that we've all created, and we all decide that is much better than the hell that we're living in right now. But nobody wants to do it. Everyone is. It's almost like you're all. By default, you're given hell, and then as long as you work really, really hard to get to that heaven and stay in heaven, and then work your ass off until you die to stay in that heaven, then your only other choice is hell. That's what, as a society, we give to each other. We hand down to our children. We teach our children how to manage and make sure that the hell is for the heaven is for the workers that work really hard and break their asses until they're dead, to stay in that heaven. Or the other side of it is the hell that's waiting for you. Good job, man. If you did, there's a guy up there. He I'm sure wanted you to do this to you, as a society. Sure wanted you to make sure that whoever's born, any child that's born here is made into a slave, just so that they can afford to create a little heaven on earth for themselves. There is nothing that created you that wanted you to do this to each other. But, unless of course you were created by, guess what? Who's in hell? Who controls hell? Got a little pointy horns and pointy tail. And if you think that's who created you, then that's why you create the hell on earth, right? Because other than that, there is no God that says, okay, default is hell, and heaven is when you work really, really hard and make sure you support the wealth class so they can live, in 10 times as many homes as you do, and drive 10 times as many cars as you, and have 10 times a better life than you. Because that's what you support, right? That's what you do as a society, right? That's what you do as a society. And I guess the wealth class is really like proud of that, right? Even the middle class, somewhere in the middle, even though they're just, the middle class is just in heaven, but could be temporary. All that could be ripped away from you. And the poor class, they're just handed that as a cage, shackles in a cage to work through and work out and try to get yourself out of hell. Right? Try your best to get yourself out of hell. You only have this lifetime to get yourself out of hell and stay in heaven as long as you can. Right? There ain't no God anywhere that expected you to do this. There ain't no God anywhere that supports you, the wealth class, or any other the classes, and to keep that class structure. There ain't no God up there doing that supports that. So if you believe in heaven and hell, and you're expecting to die and go to heaven, and you live here being trained for hell, there ain't no hell, there ain't no heaven waiting for any of us. And one of you, I'm just waiting to get to die and get the fuck out of here and get back to a tourist, because I'm fucking sick of this place, man. Sick of this place, sick of this, Well, guess what? In a tourist, we don't have any of this. We're able to create whatever we want for ourselves. But we've realized that creating all these big, fancy, ugly things that we have to support and maintain, and hell, it's ridiculous, man. Why should I do that when I could just create a heaven for myself? And one good thing about Arcturus, right, is like you could just create the heaven, for yourself. The hell is there if you really want to just see what it's like, and oh my God, remember when we were on Earth and we were doing this? Oh shit! So happy to be in Arcturus, right? We don't have to deal with this shit anymore. Because and this is why souls are not ascending, because you guys are not realizing that is what the reality of this existence is, of these dimensions are, of this entire reality is. It's not what the wealth class has dumped on you and forces you to do as civilization. It's only them that live in their makeshift heaven. But man, would I love it to see every wealthy person, everyone that's created this fortress around them, that they could always have a heaven here in the blood and sweat and tears and work of the poor class. I would just love it if all that shit was ripped away from them and they were sent down to hell to make them feel what they do by maintaining, keeping in power this monetary system that is a product of hell, right? It's not a product of any heaven that's waiting for you. But yet, you guys go through life just keeping it in power because you wanted to. Either Satan is your God, right? I mean, the horny guy is created you, and you just love doing that, or you're just stuck here and don't know how to get out. That's that's your civilization. Man, I am so fucking tired of this, and I am so fucking in longing for my own heaven, which is my own dimension, where none of this exists, and none of those wealthy people. I guarantee you, that wealth class, they don't make it to my dimension. They don't make it to Arcturus or any of the other places where we're sent down to help. They're not there. They don't make it there. Parasites are not in our dimension. They're only in yours. Because you were supposed to overcome that, but guess what? Since you didn't, you're also not welcome there either. Good luck, everybody. I'm back to walking over to Tent City, where it is my, at least for the time being, at least until the 17th, right? My permanent home. I'm not even going to say namaste on that right now, because you know what? I am not you and you are not me. You know. That's what namaste means, right? It's like, namaste. Namaste is the spark in you is also the spark in me. The God in you is also the God in me now. God in me is not the God in you, I guarantee you. The God in me wouldn't do any of this. The God in you forces you to do this. So what you think is the real God? Which one? Good luck.